All right, hello everybody, and welcome back to 7th Lair. Last time, quite a few things happened, until, including, Yukimasa, after telling a horrific story, sacrificing himself for the team. Hopefully he stays that way, and, oh my god, Mel turning out to be not the real Mel, because if y'all remember from the epilogue of Fata Morgana, Mel in the modern day is not related to Nellie. So yeah, this was a fake Mel that she dreamed up. And that was given to her by the game. And also Maria joined the party. And as a fake final boss who was cured by the thing they sacrificed Yukimasa to get. With that, the game restarted and they soon found their way into Fairy House, which is Michel's first game. And they're trying to find out what their commonalities and stuff are to figure their way out and who is the creator of this, who dragged them in here.
I'm pretty sure it's Ron.
Huh? No. Come on, it's...
Ron is the correct lyric. That's the lyric in the patch for version 2.2 that I uploaded to Roll You May Heaven.
Version 2.2?
I thought something was off here. You said you only posted anonymously, but you're quite well informed about Roll You May Heaven's happenings. And also about my games in general.
I was just a lurker. And the games, well, I had to keep an eye on a potential rival and... Ooh, is it Maria?
But that's not it. There's something more definitive. I thought it couldn't possibly be the case, given your appearance. The theme song. We did 2 versions of it.
Is she the singer?
Wait, let's sing it one more time.
Why, that one wasn't bad at all.
I want to change the lyrics. Just the end part. Not the Saone River, but the Rhone River.
Huh? But we visited the Sound.
I just think we have such nice memories at that place.
Wait, what? Did Giselle sing the song?
I kind of wanted to have it be our secret. For you only have the fairy's song resonate within the Saone River.
Okay, let's do another recording.
Okay.
But
I want to keep this one anyway.
You said you wanted to be our secret, but there's another, and I would like for them to know the true version of the song. He's the only person I could actually call a friend. He's important, so I want him to hear it too.
Okay, I understand. If it's someone like that, then I support it.
Who is she talking about? Who are the people here?
There's an unreleased version of Fairy House. What I uploaded to Roll You May Heaven was version 2.2. The version with Saone River and the theme song is version 2.1.
Oh, he never released it.
I only give it to one other person.
Wait, is she the singer?
There are only 3 people in this world who would sing Saone River and the song. Wait. What? Imian!
Oh! Da da da. What the heck? I never knew you did that.
Why did you lie? You've always said you're a man.
Oh, shit. Okay, so this is not actually Maria. This is Imian. Looks like I just shot myself in the foot. I was trying really hard to make you think I was someone else.
Answer me!
Are we gonna get art of what Imian looks like non-bandaged? Imian, the one who always wrote on the forums. He's always so much nicer to Dark Knight than the others, so I kind of thought they knew one another in real life too. He was a she?
A girl pretended to be a guy. That's a new one.
That doesn't really matter right now. That's the exact same thing that happened in the original story. Although, she did it for safety. That doesn't really matter right now. What's important now is that...
Like hell it doesn't! You were lying to me for 5 whole years! Not only that, you're actually a content creator! And one who had more hits than me to boot. Even though we said you weren't.
Whatever. Is this really the time to bring it up? You're supposed to be getting the true mastermind to show himself.
Well, if I don't now, then when? So, were you always looking down on me?
Oh, so yeah, this was never Maria to begin with. This was always Imian. Does Imian, I guess, look a lot like Maria? Or is that just the form she's using?
You reveled at how I never got any hits, didn't you? And I thought you were my friend. You deceived me. So answer me, Imian.
Psh. If I told you the truth, you wouldn't have kept being my friend.
What? No,
No, you definitely wouldn't have. That's the kind of guy you are. If you knew I was a woman, you would have stopped talking to me. And if you knew I made farming farm, you would have seen me as an opponent from that point on, complete with your selfish, poor me inferiority complex. And you would have pushed me away. I mean, even now, the first thing that came out of your mouth was accusing me of reveling over your download count. Without even so much as a glimpse of the relationship we've established, the first thing you put forward is your own insecurities.
but still, a friendship built on false premises.
What false premise?
What?
As far as I know, I've never lied to you.
But you have. I mean, you're not a man.
I never asked to be born in this body.
What? Wait, are you, what is it, transgender?
Yeah, that's what they like to call it.
But if you had just told me, then I...
Why didn't you open up to me? The reason is simple. Because I want to stay your friend. In the end, his appearance will always be stuck on me like glue. Ah. Even if I told you what kind of person I really was, you might have just said okay. But you can never consider someone a man who has the body of a woman. You can never shake the incongruity. Damn.
But if that's the case, then... Right, with modern medicine, isn't there a way to do it? It's not exactly as though you were hurting for money.
Ha! What a thing to just let roll off your tongue. You think it's like fiction, you can just flip your gender whenever you want? As far as money goes, it takes more than you're imagining. And beyond that, the physical burden on the body is huge. And despite your now shortened lifespan, what you get is a far cry from your ideal. Your average person tends to think that way. Nothing to worry about with today's technology. As long as you have the money, you can fix any and all problems you have. But it's not like that. You can't totally reverse your gender. You can get something vaguely similar and make your life a tiny bit less painful. And not to mention you think you could just change it after being well into your 20s? You'll flip your relationships upside down and you might even lose your job. It's not the only risk. It's very likely your family and relatives would hate you for it. Everyone says on the surface that discrimination is bad, but society pushes away whatever they suspect is a ticking time bomb. And even my parents, they cried and pleaded with me to stop. And then when they made me go to a shrink, they all said the same thing. Can't you just give it up? In the end, realized that the only option was, yeah, to give up. So, The only place I could truly view myself was online, or through some character in a game. He tried to hate on Farmy Farm, saying it has no substance or whatever. But you know, I made that for a girl.
Huh?
I wanted her to like it, to smile. I could never really tell her how I truly feel as long as I'm this conflicted in my own mind. So by having her enjoy something I made, I wanted my existence to have a lasting effect on her. I mean, yeah, from a creative standpoint, it lacks substance. But there was inspiration when I made it. The reason it was such a cutesy game, because all I wanted was a single girl to enjoy it.
But in your interview, there was nothing like that.
You think I could let them write that? They'd wrote it for my girl crush. With this body? And you know what? I agreed to do the thing for as long as I didn't have to show my face. But they went ahead and did it anyway. They says this is what sells better. And it wasn't like I was a big shot or anything, so my objections were useless. So I'm sure you can figure it out by now. But my outlook on the future isn't great. It's a slight stretch. But I guess that would be my reason for wanting to die. So I guess we're all pretty similar after all. Well, sorry for dampening the mood with that. Let's patch up that little part at the end and make our way to the final stage here, shall we?
Wait, I'm not finished discussing this. I haven't been able to ask you a single thing.
Damn. Wow, I never knew that. It was again, a very similar thing in the original too. The Imian of the past was slightly different of the past world. But in a very similar situation. If you want to discuss, let's do it later. If you still feel like it.
But
what's important right now is finishing 7th Lair. Okay, let's sing. And up this mastermind of a creator shows himself. Okay.
yeah.
Damn. Wow, that is a big revelation. So yeah, that was actually Imian. And I guess Imian looked a lot like Maria in his original body. Can you hear the voice? The voice always there for you. The voice of a fairy. Someday you shall be away, but her voice will never fade away. As memories have not gone away. Someday when it comes to the oppressive days for you. Remember days I was with you, the days of warmth and peace. I shall sing in the voice of a fairy, through Lair, and shall reach you true. Look, Hollow Mirage, welcome to the stream. I don't quite remember. It's possible it could be died. I'm not. Maybe the bodies might be different. I wonder why Michel didn't say that he was intersex. Because I think that would have probably helped Imian a lot in relating to him. And it shall reach you true. Ah, this is probably Morgana. Welcome to the entrance to 7th Lair.
It really
worked! Yep! Your dedicated search for the creator is worthy of praise. And your rise to action and yearning for the truth will be a driving force for you all.
are you?
A fairy. The illustrations in Fairy House could hardly have been called realistic, and frankly not even remotely good. But the female with braided hair before us now.
Oh, but the female with braided hair before us now. I felt like she resembled her, in a way I couldn't pinpoint.
I am merely making myself appear as a fairy. I was forced to do this in order to stay in congruence with this world. I have no physical form, nor voice, yet my existence permeates everything all at once. Ah, the skull hand! Well, I suppose that the peculiarity of my existence made its way into this form a bit.
But your arm, what's wrong with it?
I remember how she got that skull arm. Ooh. Fucking an awful way to do it. Who or what are you? Who am I? Asking is futile. Such an inquiry onto my existence would have far too broad of a meaning to be communicated. But you're the one who did this, aren't you? You made this crazy 7th Lair game. And locked all of us inside of it. How odd. I did not intend to lock any of you in. You being before me now means the next door is about to open. Ah, the doors again! And the place it takes you to will depend on your own volition. Be it your own world, or to the 7th Lair, the forest of the suicidal.
The forest of the suicidal?
Well, you're telling me I hit the nail on the head? So 7th Lair really did refer to a layer of hell. Real talk, I was just kind of speculating, not being completely serious.
It can't be. It's too unrealistic. The word itself, unrealistic at this point, the meaning was infinitesimal. And surely we all knew that. But the fact that the female being before us even existed, and given everything we had witnessed up until this point, any semblance of reality had long since been lost. So are you saying that you're some sort of servant of hell? Or the devil itself?
Yeah, she stayed in the spirit world. No, Michel. I am a retainer of God. She got a promotion. Hell is not solely the lair of the devil, mind you. Huh, a retainer of God. Well, good frickin' job. Dragging some lowly humans into this absurd game. A little bored, huh? As I had already attempted to make clear, I cannot be defined. I am an uncountable existence, and I am not something that conforms to time. And my existence, the me that which purports to be before you, is that alone. The actual me does not exist anywhere, yet everywhere all at once. This world is not one of individuals, but only things that have an infinite grasp and perception of what is. I don't understand any of this. I'm just a kid. And now you're talking about gods and stuff? I just can't believe any of it. How deplorably empty. Dante Alighieri recorded our world with striking accuracy. And for many centuries, people were instilled with the fear of sin. But as ages have passed, the Divine Comedy has come to be just a work of fiction.
But what world are we in? It can't be hell, because that makes no sense. How was this all made?
You too are empty. How, or in a way why, all of these questions will bring you no discernible meaning. You will have been met with an incomprehensible existence, and now you are trying to apply your logic to it. But that will only bring you meaning that pertains to your own world and values. So, you're a retainer of God and can do anything, is what you mean. If this was a mystery, people would be throwing tomatoes. Yet, there is something that we hold as important. Not such an empty inquiry as such as how this world was made, but rather, why it was made.
So there's a reason, not just for your sick pleasure.
Pleasure? How foolish. Why would you assume this was for fun?
What else are we supposed to think? Seventh Lair is just a game world.
And the one who created this world is you, is it not, Michel?
No,
There is a universal law in our world. Creation in its purest form can only be done by the Father God. I am not God, but a retainer. I'm not capable of creating a world from zero. Which is why I merely borrowed your view of the world. Yet the place that those contemplating suicide is not always a game world such as this. Michel, since you has thought of this world at one point, this is the form that it took. So she brought them, all connected by Michel's sight, to this place. And based it off of that, because she can't create things on her own. I cannot discern whether this game world has been created something you would expect of a game. It merely expanded from a concept. This place, it could be considered an illusion. In your real world, all of you are unconscious in front of your civilization's machines. Okay, so they're not dead yet. That's good. So, when we downloaded the game from Roy Yume, your spirits, or souls rather, were called to this world.
She said, before, the forest is suicidal. No way. Could we already be dead?
You needn't fret. You have not taken your lives by your own hands yet. It simply means it was a highly probable outcome for you. Oh, so this is like kind of a Ebenezer Scrooge Christmas Carol kind of deal.
So it's like Emian said.
One ostracized by her supposed friends. A girl who made a world of her own. But the loneliness she still felt dearly was overpowering. One, a man who could not rebound from his failures, who feared mingling with society, who would led himself to destruction through drink and drugs. Ah, that's Jacopo. One, a youth plagued by the dichotomy of mind and body, unable to find a compromise between the self and society, living days in pain. The painful emotions that you bear, one single push in a negative direction was certain to lead you to end your lives. I am a retainer of God, and also the attendant of the forest of the suicidal. So that's what happened to her after Fata Morgana. I see. I guess that was a good compromise between all the shit she pulled, and also taking her past into account. I understand the inner turmoil of you better than you can imagine. Definitely. That's for sure. She knows who they were. And through divine guidance, those souls have been brought together by an electronic platform. Like moths to a light. But what awaited was not light. I too was drawn to that place. As I watched over your emotions and behavior, yeah, and Emian also briefly stayed at the mansion, so Morgana would know him. I see, yeah. What you understood and what you did not. It is possible that not even we knew that. Oh.
What you understood and what you did not. It's possible that not even we knew that. I felt on the one hand that I understood her, but also that I was lost. The discomfort at not knowing what to ask or say grew. A long silence enveloped all of us. Let me try and make sense here.
By all means, Michel.
So you're not a person, but an existence in the realm of God. And also the attendant of the forest is suicidal. You don't have the power to create this world, so it's an illusion created based on my ideas for a game. And all of us gathered here were those who contemplated suicide.
That is correct. How good that you understand so quickly.
But, hang on. There's one thing that isn't clicking here. Why am I here? I've never contemplated suicide in my life. I've wanted nothing more than to return this whole time. I had a reason that I must return. I can't have a worry about me. Since I have Giselle, I have no reason to want to end my life. Did you need my vision for a game? Is that why you called me here?
I said moments ago that your interpretation was correct. While my words may lack certain specificity, you have one crucial misunderstanding left within you. What is it?
What do you mean? Can you stop speaking so vaguely?
All of you gathered here, as I said before, are those who were one step away from self-destruction. Meaning, if something did not spur you along, you would not have committed suicide. Allow me to tell you the reason that I prepared this world. It is not important how it was made, however. For what purpose is more important than anything.
Then, for what purpose was it made? For what purpose did you send us to an illusory world?
It was to save you. Yeah, that's what I thought.
Save us?
Save them from committing suicide. Yeah, that's what I thought. That tracks. And it's also kind of a redemption for her actions in the original.
What are you saying? We went through such hardships that you say it was to save us?
Perhaps you mistake benevolence for malevolence.
No, it was a guaranteed way to save you all. I am the attendant at the forest of the suicidal. As part of our methodology, we do not accept such thoughts, but dispel them. So you mean, you wanted to prevent the suicide? Not only you all, but I've interfered with many who strove to self-slaughter, and as such prevented such outcomes uncountable times. However, interfering with you all did not go as planned, and you all came to the brink. You, guided by an invariably evil will, having no time to ponder the alternative, while being sucked rapidly into the world of the dead. Really? What is this evil will?
What do you mean, an evil will?
For you and others weak like you, you're able to be easily infected by emotion, and particularly if that emotion is one that desires death. Your desire for death was cast upon you by a certain being. Wait. Which is the reason I created Seventh Lair and interfered in your electronic world. And as for the electronic data that's originally to be published on the first day of April, I replaced it with Seventh Lair. Your lives were all temporarily saved. I told you to wait! You're making it sound like... It means that you're all about to be killed by Michel. What? How?
I was trying to kill them? Why would Dark Dog?
That can't be true.
Michel, by some interpretations, made a masterpiece. by channeling his own malice and desperation into data. Those with a desire for death would have taken their own lives with the final push from his creation. That was the anticipated future for all of you.
Wait, what do you mean? Why would I ever bring myself to do something like that?
What the fuck did he accidentally do? What the fuck?
Don't just make things up as you go. I would never do something like that.
Yes, as you are now, I believe you certainly would not. You are not evil at heart. If anything, you are much closer to a good Samaritan in nature. So then what's going on? However, no matter how benevolent you may be, an overwhelming cause could lead you to fail, to fall.
A cause? I can't think of anything like that. What cause could there have possibly been?
The cause was... Wait, Michel, don't listen to her. Ah, damn, it's starting to come together now. Say no more, fairy. You already saved us, so let's leave it at that. Just take us back to reality already.
Hey, Imian?
Imian figures something out? It's fine. You don't need to hear any more of this. Let's all get out of 7th Lair together. No one's going into the forest is suicidal. I cannot allow that. What the fuck is going on? You who have attempted, or rather should I say you who desire suicide, you three may return home. But for the one who has already committed the act, you have no choice but to enter 7th Lair. Committed the act? What? What? Already? What? Why? Are you fucking kidding me? Michel Bollinger is no longer among the living.
What?
What? Yes. Along with the game data infused with your death. You initiated the suicide of others. How the fuck did this happen? What the... No way. Michel is dead? And the cause for your suicide became a powerful motivation for your final creation. And that ended up being a masterpiece. One that would influence others who had a similar desire for death.
What could that be?
To put it briefly... Stop it. Say no more! It was... Stop it now, fairy! The death of your lover. Are you fucking... Oh my god. How the fuck did she die? Are you kidding me?
Ah!
Are you fucking kidding me? I had taken that memory from you temporarily.
Ah!
Which is why I took all the memories of the death of your lover as well. And now... I will return them to you.
Ah!
What the fuck?
Oh, I see. That's why Imian. That's why you were getting so flustered just now. Ah, right now I remembered. No, the whole of my memory, it's coming back. I had been talking with him about it for so long. From the time she collapsed until her life was lost. About what I could do, or what I should do. Right up until she died, I depended on him. And now I remembered. I remembered why she sang the song of the fairy. I remembered it all.
What the fuck? This is insane.
After we officially became a couple, my lifestyle changed a bit. I didn't plan to quit making games, and even I felt like I was ready to make a good one. I was also thinking about getting a real job. My intentions were good, but a 27-year-old with no reputable working experience couldn't just walk into a job in this world. So, after some thought, I decided working a non-contracted job. What I chose was editing. This is probably because I felt a need to be a part of a creative process. I slacked when it came to updating Roll You May Heaven. Emian teased me for being busy in the sack, and that may have been true to some extent. But the biggest reason was that I was quite busy with work. The next game I wanted to make was a big one. I had trouble bringing my ideas into focus, but I wanted to make something Giselle would like. Going a step further, I want to base the game around her image. An illusory world that felt to fit her captivating jade eyes. It would even be okay to make a game for her alone. Like some authors would specifically for their wife or child. A game creator could do the same. That intention could be the very thing I needed as a motivational force. What I thought of before was the appearance how users would feel, but now I would only think of Giselle. It may take some time, but I felt like in 2013 I could make something good. That Christmas I spent it with a lover for the first time in my life. Despite always having bagged on those stupid couples and their stupid relationships, being in that position now, I enjoyed it to the fullest and realized just how petty I was. To suit the season, many would reserve a fancy restaurant and maybe a lavish hotel afterward. But we decided to stay local, only eating at a slightly better place than usual, then relax with a movie we rented at home. I liked the movie The Umbrellas of Cherbourg, and she said she wanted to watch it with me. I didn't feel like it was good to watch as a couple, so we went with The Young Girls of Roquefort. This was a great movie with scores from Michel Legrand.
Huh. His same name.
She enjoyed watching it the whole way through, and that made me happy. I was sure days like this would continue into next year. All couples in love undoubtedly thought the same. You'd have to be truly twisted to think of anything else during a special day like this. It wasn't until a month later. I think most were still in the New Year's spirit. With a voice drenched in confusion, fear, and shock, she told me over the phone.
God damn it.
They said that I have cancer.
What? Huh? All that I could utter were perplexed grunts. Knowing what those words meant, linguistically didn't mean I understood them. No, I was refusing to understand.
They found something when I had a test not long ago.
What? Wait, just hold on a minute. What is that even? She must have been terrified. She was the one in despair. She was the one trembling. I need to be the strong one and say something to comfort her, but I was assailed by a sudden limitless darkness. Like all the world had vanished. And what set in next was panic.
That I'll be having surgery. It'll be okay.
Her voice was the one trying to console. Yet I was the one who needed to tell her it'll be okay. Yes, right. It'll be okay. With modern medicine, it's not even a serious illness.
That's right. I mean, look how ship-shape I am right now.
Yes. That comes as a big shock, but yes, let's be careful until you have your surgery. Get lots of sleep, eat well.
Such the worrier.
Whew. That is heavy.
Her voice at the time didn't show a hint of sickness. It was the same as ever. Well, I could hear the shock and fear in her voice when she got the news. Her body was as healthy as ever. It was nothing. I couldn't help but think that. I couldn't help but wish it. All the while with the weight of cancer looming over us. Tried to believe in modern medicine, as if it were our savior. To start, young people aren't supposed to have major illnesses. She was still 21. Having your life plagued by illness was something for down the road. Even more so for life-threatening illnesses. I mean, come on. 21-year-olds don't die easily. Even if they did, it was such a low chance it wasn't something that happened. Sure, all kinds of tearjerker stories and movies were made. Like those with the tragic pairing between the protagonist and their lover. we were normal people. So, I mean, none of it was real.
Ouch.
Just completely unreal. Her first surgery went off without a hitch. As soon as she saw me run, winded in the hospital room, she chuckled.
See, you worry too much.
Seeing her unchanged smile, a wave of relief from the bottom of my heart made me do the same. Right, I knew it. It wasn't such a big deal. This is real. I let myself be enveloped by that relief. She was so energetic in the hospital room. She ate all the sweets and food they brought her. There was in the same room, looking pale and in terrible condition. Looking at them, all I could think was how glad I was she didn't turn out like that, no matter how awful that was. They looked like they weren't long for the world. But she was still in our world. The comparison was like night and day between them and her. Once she was out of the hospital, we went to the places we wanted to go. Saw movies we wanted to see. I worked on games I'd been kind of stuck on. With the crisp sunlight of winter shining on us through the window, we talked. Her forehead shone red with the sun's light.
Oh no!
Apparently it has spread.
Huh? Things had been going so smoothly and she hadn't been out long. She brought it up with a painful grin like it wasn't a big deal.
Seems like it's spreading faster because I'm young.
But it'll still be okay, right? If it was going to be okay, then that was surely what she wanted to know the most. Yet there I was helplessly asking her the questions she wanted answers to. How pathetic of me. That was the one thing I shouldn't have done.
Of course it'll be okay. I'll be out of the hospital temporarily until after the surgery again, so things will get busy. But as long as I have surgery, I'll be good as new.
She smiled in the way she always did, and I believed in that smile. I had to. But I was as nervous as could be. I think it was my first time praying to a god. On the way home, on the train, constantly I felt like some unknown assailant had my heart in his grip. It's a terrible waking nightmare.
You gotta keep it together. What's wrong with you?
Well, yes, I know that. But I just don't know what to do. How to even approach this. I just know I'll start thinking bad thoughts. She'll be okay though, right? I mean, she's so young. It's like some cruel joke.
Keep it together, man. Jeez. I look around online, there's lots of people who manage to get through it.
But searching online, I kept seeing that it spreads faster if you're young.
Stop thinking negative, you big doofus. Whatever this illness is, what's important is how you feel. She's all smiles to make you feel better and stuff. But what she really wants is for you to say everything's gonna be okay. If you're not her support, then what the hell is she supposed to do? It's something that only you can do.
I just worry if I can actually... I get sick with worry when I see her face. I need to be the one to put her at ease. And I understand that's so hard it hurts. But I'm self-centered at the end. If she were to disappear, I'm not sure I could go on.
Fuck, man. Oh, God. What the hell?
Keep it together. I need to be the one who holds it together. I repeated that to myself each time I went to see her in the hospital. But that resolve always seemed to crumble and fade the moment I saw her face. She was like a drying plant and I had no water to give. If I did, all I had was rotten, murky water. My performance was terrible. It must have been so easy to see I was putting on a show. 1 month passed, and that turned into 2. I tried to deny it for as long as I could, but Giselle was getting thinner, her cheeks in the stark winter sunlight. I just didn't see the same life that they had before.
Damn, this is like my father-in-law. I don't know if I told you guys that before. Shit, man. What an experience. You don't know, and you know that it's as bad as it is for the family. It must be 10 trillion times worse for the actual person. Jesus Christ, man. Oh, God. Man.
I just didn't see the same life that they had before.
Fuck.
As the surgeries continued, we kept saying to each other that it was fine. It was nothing. The next surgery is the last. She'll be out of the hospital in a jiffy. All in direct contrast to the sickly tone her face was taking. And then, the announcement finally came. Surgeries can't keep up with the spread of her cancer. It was like tumbling down a steep hill. Neither of us had any idea that it would take a turn this fast. We had no chance to even process what was happening. Feelings of despair came like pounding rain, relentlessly. We had no idea how to resist it. Well, there was no possible way to resist it anyway. What do you think about a song?
She sang the song. Oh my God. While she was dying.
Our conversation had drifted to silence, which continued for some time.
What do you think about a song?
But she broke it with that question. A song?
A theme song for Fairy House. If we have one, you can add it in with the next update.
I felt like it was the first time in a while we had talked about games at all. Since she had fallen ill, I hadn't done anything to roll Yume Heaven. I haven't even looked at the forums. I felt odd yet melancholic to hear her even mention Fairy House.
God, where is this gonna go? Oh, Michel and Giselle. Fucking hell, man. Oh, God. They better be back together in the next life, is all I'm saying. Oh, my God. Fuck me. Because we know that in this world, in this universe, people get reincarnated. So, oh, man.
It felt odd yet melancholic to hear even mention Fairy House. Why a song, though? Giselle had been clutching my hand the whole time. Her grip felt weak, as if all the life had been drained from her fingertips. Those bony fingers grazed my hand, searching for a sense of security. I would have burst into tears if I wasn't careful.
I want to leave something behind. But I don't have the talent or skills to actually make anything. I know that feeling. So I thought that singing would be a good thing to do. Well, she got a singing talent. I can't sing like a professional. But if it's okay with you,
I wanted to be a part of your game. Can I?
That's... It's though she was... Stop talking like you won't be here. You can do it any time. After you get out of the hospital and get better, then you could sing, so it's not like you have to do it now. But if we don't do it now...
Oh, but if we don't do it now, we may never have another chance.
But that's... No! I squeezed her hand. Her shockingly frail hand was light as a feather.
Oh, God.
In a raspy voice, I pleaded, "Please don't say that. I didn't want to hear that the end was near from her." Everything was going to be fine. Even with how fast it spread, medicine can help. My wishes were borderline delusional.
I just...
Her voice in that moment was frailer than I thought possible from her lips.
I don't want to be forgotten.
Oh God. Fucking hell, man. This author can't help it. They can't help it. They can't help but write tragedies. Fucking hell. Oh my God.
Like a levee had broken, she burst into sobs.
I know. I know I need to sort out my emotions. I've been thinking a lot. I need to make my death not be a burden on you. So it's better if you forget about me. I know that already, but it's so painful to think my existence will fade from within you. So much harder than the physical pain and anguish I feel.
She took as deep of a breath as she could after her outburst. I think it was the first time she had gotten so emotional with me. She had always been so considerate. She was the one who was sick, but she was always the one to smile and reassure me everything was fine. But she was being smart, thinking logically about what kind of future she had to leave for me. She didn't really feel that way. Obviously. It was so obvious, yet... I hated myself for being so helpless as to make her scream like that. So what she was saying was that she wanted to leave her voice in my game. She wanted to leave her mark on the world. And it was for me. Forgetting would be
Forgetting would be so much worse.
Running my fingers along hers. Running my fingers throughout her hair. Like always, she was there and I felt her. But I had an impending sense that that always was about to disappear. I blinked hard to shake the image from my mind. Blinking like that made the tears welling up in my eyes stream down my cheeks. What I couldn't hold back now was spilling out. At first I thought it was a miracle. Even if I could relive my life again and again, there would never be another like you. You accepted my games for what they are, and I started wishing that you could have accepted all of me for what I was.
Oh, I know what that's about.
And then that came true.
There'll be others who like your games for what they are.
No, Giselle, that's not what I mean. I started wishing that it would be you, and it would be you who accepted all of me. It had to be you. That was just how it was. Your words, every one of them, they were what saved me, both as a creator and as a man.
God.
Although, I don't think you exactly knew you were saving me. I had lived 27 years, never recognized by anyone. I felt like every corner I turned, there was someone telling me I was worthless. But that person who gave worth and meaning to my life, that person who expects love for me, person who before I realized was my everything. I could never forget her. Even attempting to forget would have been impossible. It wasn't some temporary impulse either. Pretty sure it was a sense of certainty that only someone who had been a creator for so long could feel. To create something, there needs to be motivation, a driving force, and that had eluded me. But she finally filled that hole inside. Her existence had affected me deeply, and she was now the center of my life. Whatever may happen, she was now an impossible thing to remove. Until I grow old and die, my only love will ever be you. I said it quickly through my gasps between my breaths. She went quiet before trying to say something, but she again closed her mouth. I had a good idea what she might have said, though. She wanted to tell me I was wrong, and I was sure she wanted to say it for my benefit. But I didn't want to hear that from her. I wanted her to understand I wasn't just saying this on an emotional impulse. After another long silence, she spoke again.
It's like something from a storybook.
She smiled somewhat jokingly. Like always, but not quite. There were tears running down her trembling cheeks. We embraced to try and console our mutual despair. When our tears finally stopped, the sun was already low in the sky. Watching the fading sunlight out the window, I spoke again. What kind of song do you want to sing? I couldn't think of denying her request.
Let's see. I think a gentle song would be nice.
As if she were perfectly calm, she answered in a voice I knew all too well. A gentle song. That vague way of putting it actually suited her. The lyrics?
Can I think of them for a bit?
I nodded. It was the least I could do. The next day, I was supposed to record her singing. We couldn't sing in the hospital room, of course, so we used the grassy area outside to do it. She sat under the shade of a tree,
Oh my god.
I held up the best voice recorder we could manage to get. I waited for her to begin.
So this is actually supposed to be her singing. Damn. Jeez, what a twist. What are they gonna do to resolve this? Oh god. What's gonna happen to Michel and Giselle? They're dead again after working through so much to be alive again for so long. Oh my god.
In the light that filtered onto her through the tree, she was beautiful, singing only above a whisper. She had no makeup on, and wasn't dressed stylishly like when we went on walks. Her face had lost its colourful vitality, and her hair had seemed dry without its usual sheen. But even still, she was absolutely beautiful. I would have been fine with time stopping forever.
How are you gonna make the song?
I don't know anyone who can make music, so I'll do it myself.
Do you know how?
I've never tried. But I'll do it. I'll do it just to show you that I can. I wanted to make an amazing game using you as my inspiration. But I'd always been talentless as a creator. I was dwelled on this and that and got lost along the way. I don't think I'll end up making it reality now. This was luckily all I can do for you now. I didn't say that to her, though. I worked on the song constantly, almost without any sleep. I'd never made even a single song before. I didn't know how to use the software. I couldn't read music. Even in music class, my grades were the worst.
I'd say you did a pretty goddamn good job, considering. My god.
Music isn't a world someone can delve into without any knowledge. But despite all that, I was compelled to. I had no idea what I was doing, so I repeatedly checked each command I input. I played a note, then placed a note, then played it. It would take me a whole day to make up only 5 seconds of the song. While I worked, I would go visit her in line as well.
Her grave, I'm assuming. Oh, she's still hanging on.
She started to worry about me as the lack of sleep showed on my face. Each day her condition seemed to worsen. I was gripped with the apprehension that I needed to work faster. It went on for about 10 days. It was a simple song, just a minute long, but I had put my heart into it. I thought it sounded nice, and once it was ready, I hurried to have a listen. She was almost brought to tears.
I'm so glad that she got to hear it. At least, I think it's beautiful.
Those were her words. And then, on February 14th, the updated version of Fairy House was released. It was version 2.2, the one with Rowan in the lyrics. I released it into the void of the internet. I wanted any and all that would listen to hear her voice. I loaded it into a large free game site as well, and some other sites I had overlooked until now. I wanted to get it out anywhere I could. The voice of a real fairy, and my creation. I wanted people to see it. As for responses, there were some.
Song sucks. How do you play this game? Couldn't do it. It's already in the trash. Damn. Oh, that sucks. Oh, what the hell? This isn't worth releasing. What is this, karaoke? Ha ha ha. Oh my god. Why is there even a song? Piece of shit, not even worth it for free. Hasn't he ever heard of mixing? Can you not delete the song? Oh, fuck. Oh, god. Pretty shitty. Oh, man. Fuck me. God.
Why did I get my hopes up? Why did I think that everyone would somehow magically appreciate this? Where did that lofty idea even come from? Think that strangers would understand what she and I had shared together. I was dreaming the whole time. Everything about the game was made according to my whims. No matter what course of events happened to make the song, nothing would get through to anyone. It fell flat. There were other less harsh words, but what stuck with me were only the negative opinions. My heart seemed to turn in pain every time I read them, because it also seemed that they were denouncing Giselle too, along with me.
I can tell why he would feel that way. God damn. Oh my god.
My emotions inside seemed to swirl violently. Without knowing why, the strings of insult seemed to hammer into my skull. In that moment, I screamed through my rage-induced tears.
How was it? Was there any reaction to it? Oh god.
With her eyes as full of hope as they were capable of, she asked me hesitantly. To that face, I couldn't possibly bring myself to tell her the truth.
Seriously.
I couldn't tell of the heartless words I had seen. So, with as convincing of a fake smile as I could muster,
Sorry.
I told her. Everyone said it was really good. I'll never forget her unabashed smile in that moment.
Damn. Jesus Christ. I feel like I'm reading Fata Morgana again with all the tragedy. Fucking hell. Oh.
But the emotions inside me, black and bubbling like a festering wound, that didn't go away. Giselle, as if she had finished all that she had left to do, passed away a few days later. Like a dying flower dropping its last petal, it happened so fast. Seemingly the instant the cancer had been discovered, she had disappeared from my side.
Jesus Christ, man.
I had been emptied. There was no void within me, as if the root of everything inside me had been yanked up and discarded. The outer husk that was me seemed to be there and alive, but inside was nothing but darkness. I had no motivation to do anything, and quit the job I had finally started. I was in a daze, forgetting to eat and sleep. I stared up at my computer and Skype started automatically, showing that I had messages from Imian.
Oh yeah, this is 2013. It takes place, so it's Skype and not like Discord or Line for Japan.
The icon flashed with a notification.
Does Skype even still exist? I wonder.
I couldn't reply, even that was too difficult for me. I deleted the entire application from my computer.
Oh god, that was probably Imian.
After that, about a month passed. Passage of time was more or less lost on me, and days and nights passed languidly in my dark, locked room. I opened my computer, as that was the only instinct that seemed to still function. I took a look at Royume Heaven for the first time since she died. There were some posts on the forum from the regulars, but nothing about it felt like the old days. No game yet, eh, Doc? How long gonna keep slacking, you quack? Hurry and give us some. One of the regulars. All I could do was give an empty chuckle. A new game, even though I have nothing left. Even though I have no energy to even think. Even though if I released something, you would just bash it as lame and boring. Even though you would just toss it right in your trash folder. Who are you to order me to make a game anyway? She's gone. She was the only reason I was going to make another game. Time to stop. Just stop. Stop everything. If I'm unable to make anything, and the being formerly known as a creator is finished. I can't even find value in the act of existing anymore. Even breathing felt heavy. Knowing I would never look at it again, I motioned to close the site. But just then, I noticed one of the comments.
So what? Did he die or something? Haha. Oh god.
Once I saw that, I felt something immeasurably dark emerge inside me. I didn't think it was rage towards that one particular poster. It was the retaliatory malice of a creator for every gamer out there. It was something that should not have been. They were free of sin. They did nothing wrong. Some players downright nice. Knowing that in my head did nothing. My emotions were now in control. That's why I replied. My mind had been made up and it couldn't be changed. I was no longer rational. It was as if I was possessed by a demon. I'll have a new release on April Fools. Why did I get the urge to do that? I just want to do something sinister to them? Did I want someone to comprehend a single fraction of the loneliness and anger I was feeling? Did I want them to feel the same as I did? Did I want to crush their spirits as mine had been? I felt like all of those hit the mark, yet missed completely. The only thing I knew for sure was the immense pain for one single man. It was far too heavy of a burden to bear. The putrid, pus-filled swamp of malice that manifested inside me. It was growing. In fact, it was consuming me. It wouldn't get better unless I expel it. Well then, I needed to spit it out. Show it to them all. And I only had one method of doing that. I was a creator. And the interest I had was to put hope and benevolence, hate and despair, all of it into one of my creations. Will you all laugh when you see this? Will you shower me with snide chuckles, insults, pity or disgust? Or will my despair pierce through you in a meaningful way? I wouldn't know how it would play out. I didn't need to know. I was already beneath me. I didn't care about any backlash. All I would do was release it. That's all. I ended up finishing on time and went through with releasing it. In a way, this was to be my last creation. Although I didn't know if it was something worth calling a creation. It was the malice of a creator, his despair and his madness all wrapped up into one.
Damn, what the fuck? A suicide documentary. Oh my god. Oh shit.
I did enough to make it look like a game, desktop item, icon, what have you, and I simulated it countless times. Because I couldn't do a debug test. If I messed up anywhere along the way, it would all be for naught. Until April Fools came over and over, I practiced for I was going to kill myself. For my last creation. And then April Fools came. I hadn't a single inkling that I could possibly fail. Despite being the type who had a plethora of bugs in my games, this time of all times it would go flawlessly. There was an odd sense of comfort in that. I sat before the camera. I synced my computer up so I could post it immediately.
It's like something from, it reminds me of the opening to Chaos Child in the way of this.
I pressed my left arm firmly against the desk so it wouldn't slip. I raised the knife, and with enough force to possibly cleave my wrist off, I brought it straight down. The pain was intense, so much so that I wanted to scream, so much so that I almost lost consciousness. But if I did scream and on the off chance someone barged in, this would end in failure. I bit down on my lip to keep my voice low, but even then I groaned like a dying beast. I found myself thinking that it would be more real to have at least some screaming. I was used to making a build of a game. I could easily do it before I passed out. In my dazed brain, slowly draining of blood, I lined up the video. I compressed the file, and then I uploaded my final release to Royal Mayhem. It was what I wanted. To unleash my spite. That was the truth.
Jesus Christ, man. It kind of tracks with the lore that this strong emotion of death and despair would be able to create some kind of magical effect like that. But jeez, man. Holy shit. That is fucking depressing as hell. I have no comprehension of creation. However, after observing at length these beings called humans, I have come to an understanding. When humans create a masterpiece of some kind, there's a powerful source of motivation behind it. For all of the games that Michel had made up until this point, A powerful motivation did not exist for it. Although for this fairy house game that I am borrowing, there were powerful thoughts behind it, yet it was no masterpiece. A true masterpiece doesn't ask permission to move people. Stop it! What masterpiece? You keep saying that word over and over again! Move people to death? What kind of masterpiece is that? You can't call that a masterpiece! That would be... just a painful heap of despair. Michel, hey, say something. Tell us this is a lie. Something as crazy as pushing people to suicide. You would never do that, right? Michel! I don't know if I was trying to push people, but it's the truth. Michel. I tried to distribute a game that was infused with my own death. And in that, there was malice indeed. I remember everything. The pain at the time, the loss, and the spite and hate building inside me. The desperation and madness. It's all true.
The fairy house song. I didn't talk bad about it. The one who was bashing it was JB.
That's not... No, Dr. Oak. That was, it wasn't how I really felt. I never know your story. I didn't know. If I did, I wouldn't have... I know that. No, I've come to know that. Talking to you two directly, knowing what kinds of people you are, and knowing what you think of me. But at the time, in that moment, I didn't know that. You two and a lot of others. I wanted to drag you down with me. Aid. I called him a murderer, yet I was trying to be one myself. So that's how it was.
Michel, you're not a killer!
If the fairy here hadn't switched out at the last second, I would have been.
But still, even still, you're not a killer. No, you're the opposite. I had always hated myself so much. Everything was a facade. I couldn't even make friends. I tried to act positive on the internet, but in reality, I can't even look someone in the eye. I was so sure that no one would ever be my friend. The only one who was on my side was my imaginary big brother. But it wasn't the case. Even after knowing what I did, he still reached out to me and saved me.
Things I wrote on Royal May Heaven. It may have seemed like I was just causing hardships for everyone. Something about that place told me it was okay to be there, so I made it my home. It was fun for me. And, this role-playing experience here in 7th Lair, it was fun too. I think I was saved also.
How odd. Will you not denounce him? Thinking back to the cause of all this, Michel is the perpetrator. You are now aware of his heinous behavior at the depths of his insanity.
Denounce him? What is wrong with you? How can we attack Michel for this after what we've heard?
If you had not met face to face, and he had initiated your suicide through his electronic work, do you think you could say the same thing?
I...
Sophistry is unnecessary. It is not more important than what we think of him now.
I see. Indeed, the ebb and flow of human emotion is something that I cannot fully decipher. Initially, one reason I switched in 7th Lair was to save you temporarily, in order to judge whether you truly had any intention to commit suicide.
Seeing how you are acting now, that may not have been necessary. Your transition in emotions portends a very positive outcome. However, as for him, Michel, he cannot return to your reality. I can return a spirit to living flesh, but nothing can be done for a corpse. He is already destined to descend into hell. Get out of here! Why does he alone have to go to hell? Did he do anything to deserve that? Yes, he did. His own suicide, and also initiating the suicide of others. This sin carries a severe penalty. No, don't say that. Please, I'm begging you. He's a precious friend of mine. Don't say you'll only take him. Do something about it. You're like a god or something, right? Do something, please. Death cannot be undone. No. Now, the time of reckoning. I shall ask you three formally. Do you intend to return to reality? Or do you wish to stay here as you are, and enter the forest of the suicidal as one of the deceased?
Hi.
You should all go back. You really should. I want you to. Right now, I'm full of regrets. I regret my decisions at the time. If only I had realized so many things. Realized them sooner than I did. The one who puts thought into something isn't just the creator. The players receiving it do as well. Creation is a one-way street, and you can't actually see the recipient's thoughts. But there should have been a way to get closer. And there was. The people gathered at Royume Heaven. I could have gotten closer, asked what they were thinking, and then I may have been able to visualize. I may have been able to see what was behind the text. I should have tried to know who you were, before I made up something as heinous as I did. Your true selves. Please, return. And be friends from here on. And please continue to live your lives. It's fine. I will be the one to harbor these regrets now.
I won't.
Damn.
Imian.
I said I won't, Michel. There was one more thing that I was keeping from you. I said just before I made my game for a girl that I liked. I was talking about Giselle.
What?
What?
I made it for her.
I did not know that he knew Giselle. What?
I had feelings for her for some time now. And I was the one who told her about your games.
Oh my god. Wow, the irony.
The friend she mentioned all the time. That was you.
Yeah, it was. I didn't want to imagine her ever in a relationship with someone else, with another man, even though I knew at the time that would definitely come. I wish for so badly for it to never happen. I wanted her all to myself. But I knew that was unfair of me. And I was kind of pinned between the conflicting emotions. But then it occurred to me, if it was you, I could let you have her.
Damn.
If you were her boyfriend, with me one step back, I could essentially keep watch over her with a smile. Anyway, that's how it is. I thought of you as one of a kind friend. I'd never met you or even seen your face, but you were a valuable enough friend that I could pass the girl I loved over to you.
Emian.
And now my friend and the girl I love, I've lost you both. Continuing on now would be impossible. I can't accept that reality. Is that so? There's gotta be a twist here. Then you are saying you too will enter the forest of the suicidal? Yes,
No! You can't. You absolutely cannot.
And why not? How selfish can you be to force me to live on my own?
Yes, I know. I'm just being selfish. I know I'm in no position to force you. But even still, I want you to live.
In death, nothing matters anymore. We both get to disappear and not worry about anything more anymore forever. Is that so wrong? You won't need to concern yourself with me. Everything will be gone.
No, leave something behind. You can do it and you have the talents to do it. Do you remember our argument from before? I told you that even if a lot of people have something, you can't say it truly exists if it doesn't stay within their hearts. I did say that.
Yeah, you did.
But like you said, that was only a way for me to tell myself I was in the right. My own works aren't received by the masses, but I kept wishing that they had more meaning. At least more than things that the masses liked. But in the end, I think a lot of things people enjoy definitely do have meaning. I'm sure that if the game wasn't made with her in your heart, no one would have thought it was a fun game. Because there was that driving force behind its creation, it became one that people talked about.
But I no longer have that inspiration anymore. She's no longer here and you're...
But there is. Your own conflicts. You've yet to express those. If you can't speak of them or show them in your attitude, then infuse your creations with them. You have the ability to materialize your desires. I know you have the talent. Don't err in the way to express yourself. I know you can walk a better path than I did.
You can't just say that and expect...
A long time ago you told me something. You need to struggle in order to survive. Well, I'm throwing those words right back to you now. Struggle and survive in your creations. That's my request to you now. I couldn't do it, but I think that you can. I want you to let me entrust that hope to you. Emian. You and I think we were good friends.
Damn. You just say what you want. You foolish, selfish, lost cause of a man. Even our chats, you're always wishy-washy, immediately turning negative on everything. And to top it all off, you off yourself. You're just... you.
Yeah. Himian.
Listen up, Michel. I'm gonna make something so huge it'll reach out to you at the depths of hell! And I'll keep living my unstable life, and I'll die a ridiculous death myself and go to hell. And when I do, you tell me what you thought about it.
Yes. You bet I will.
You stupid idiot.
Himian groaned those final words to me, then turned away and walked toward the others, displaying his intention to return to the other side. And the fairy, now the retainer of God that spoke slowly, then spoke slowly.
So you have decided.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's done. Now then, you shall all return to reality and face yourselves in everyday life. You must not let yourself make a decision that will lead you to hell. The ones to return shall pass through this door. She then lifted a single bony finger, and in the darkness of the room a door appeared.
Her finger then pointed straight, urging the three of them on.
Dark. No, Michel. I had fun getting to know you, and you definitely saved me. So I don't really know what to say, but I won't ever forget you. There's a lot of things that I won't forget.
Thank you. And take care of yourself. We have to part so soon after becoming friends. I want to have deeper talks with you. We could have drank and griped about this and that. And I think we could have some fun times. And I feel bad for hating you. My actions weren't against you individually. You don't need to apologize anymore. So we're really leaving you now. Honestly, it doesn't feel real yet. But if you now remember all they actually ended your life. And I guess we... Yes. Goodbye, Dark Dog. Goodbye, Yakubo. No, let me do the same. Goodbye, JB. Yeah.
Hey, is this really okay?
Huh?
You're gonna descend into isolation. Are you really okay with that? If you feel like you need a companion in this, I can go with you, you know?
It's mean to pose that question. I wouldn't ask that.
I see. Okay, I guess it's goodbye. Remember what I said. Until we meet again.
Three of them turned their backs. Oh.
And started towards the door she indicated. As they stood before it, a bright light enveloped them. I squinted to endure it, and when that light had receded, the three of them were nowhere to be seen. So they're gone.
Yes. All that remains now is to guide you to 7th Lair.
Oh. Fairy? Can I ask another question?
I am not a fairy, but yes, what is it?
Why did you take my memories? There should be some rules you have to follow. Whatever the matter may be, for what purpose is essential, you said. I don't think that you would have taken my memories without a reason.
Indeed. As decreed, those who commit suicide can never be forgiven, and must remain in hell for all eternity. However, much has passed, and compared to before, those who have fallen into the forest as suicidal have increased. We thought to expand our perspective on the issue slightly, to consider whether all must continue to bear their sin or not.
Damn.
Your soul at some point may be able to be freed from hell. For those who are able to save others, we have begun to reconsider their circumstances.
So the reason you took my memories?
It was to see your spirit in its original purest form, and to determine in what way you interact with others.
So that's why. Not only them, but for me. You gave me a chance to be saved.
Well, such is my duty.
So now Michel's gonna have another chance again. Basically, it's kind of similar to last time. Except at least last time his soul was shattered to pieces.
I suppose I should say thank you.
It is not necessary. You are still going to hell, as I've already said.
Yes, I got that. But let me ask another question. Every once in a while, there were some odd comments on the role you may have in forums. Almost like spam. Was that you?
Yes, I interfered electronically and attempted to convince those who desired death. However, your electronic medium is rather difficult for me.
Convince us?
Something the matter?
No, it's just kind of scary thinking about it now.
Hello, Caviera. Welcome to the stream.
And one more thing.
You draw this out, but very well, speak.
What did you think of Fairy House's song?
I do not harbor the same emotions as people. I cannot speak for its emotional qualities. But yes, indeed. I think the song is able to leave something with the listeners.
I see. Thank you. That's enough for me. Now onward to 7th Lair. She bowed her head deeply and held out her hand. Knowing she was indicating for me to take it, I reached out. And then my world then crumbled. I heard a rumbling sound as the floor collapsed, and walls came crashing down. Without a doubt, I was falling into darkness with no bottom in sight. Just falling. But in the next moment, a white light scorched my eyes. And behind it I could make out a girl with long hair. Her body seemed draped in silk like an angel.
Oh, is it Michel?
I couldn't make out the details of her face or body. All I knew was that something utterly pure was before me.
That's the other side of Morgana.
She grazed my cheek with her finger and gave me a gentle kiss on the lips.
Oh, wait, was that Giselle? It was probably Giselle then.
It all felt so familiar, like something I loved dearly. My motivation, my everything. But after a brief moment together, she went up, and I down. As if both heaven and earth tore her away, she disappeared.
Yeah, Santo Dele was one of the short stories. A's real name was fucking Yukimasa. Why don't they just say it? My god, that was depressing as fuck. Is this gonna be like a lead in to the next in the Fata Morgana saga, I wonder? Ay, jeez. Like, are Michel and Giselle gonna have another crazy spirit adventure? I wonder. But my god, did that get depressing after such a silly beginning. My god. Jeez Louise. I hope Novectical gets more budget for the next one. Because Fata Morgana was like ultra well received. And this is clearly this feels like clearly a very small project to pass between the times. But I do wonder. At least they got to be together, no matter how brief. Jeez Louise. My god. I think there's also supposed to be a short story at the end of this. Like, but jeez Louise, man. I do hope that this is like supposed to lead into another Fata Morgana adventure. You know, there was one in the series that took place between this. You think it's some AU? It could be. I'll talk a little bit about what happened after. Oh, who is this talking? Is it Nellie?
I'll talk a little bit about what happened after. First, we all awoke from Seventh Lair and before too long met up again. The place, Paris, France. Of course, it was to attend a certain individual's funeral. Funeral of the owner of Royal Yumi Heaven. To us, he was known by his screen name Dark Knight. Which, yeah, is a little corny. But he was an honest and pure man, and that's what led to him to death. His real name was Michel.
Oh, no. Oh, okay, this is Emian. I had known Giselle for a long time, so I was able to determine where he lived and was also successful in contacting his family. After I heard the day of the funeral, I contacted Pinky Rose and JB since we were now connected online. Their real names were Jacopo Berzati and Nellie Rhodes. Jacopo resided in Italy and Nellie in England. It's quite the distance, and I thought it'd be hard for them to make it, but they managed to arrange to come on the day. And at long last, we met in the real world.
For our first offline meetup that we had a funeral. Sheesh.
Jacopo bitched as usual, but I could see his eyes were slightly puffy, so he likely cried either on the plane or train coming to France. Nellie, unlike her spunky self we saw in Seventh Lair, seemed like a scared little creature. We already knew one another, and I tried to tell her she didn't need to be scared, but...
It's scary with all these people here. It's been so long since we went outside.
Was how she replied. Given how depressing it is, I do hope that it is an AU. I guess we'll see once Novactical releases the next game. Whenever that would be. I'm surprised your parents give you permission. A girl like you traveling all alone. I thought it out loud.
I told them everything. I knew they wouldn't believe me about Seventh Lair, so not that part. I told them how I had a really good friend online, and that he really helped me, but now he's passed away. I told them honestly, and my mom understood. She even gave me the travel money.
she answered, looking shyly down at the ground. We stood before a small graveyard, or rather looked at it from a distance. While the coffin was being lowered into the ground, there were relatives surrounding it. It wasn't an easy situation where a group of three like us, all different ages and nationalities, could just slide in and say we were friends.
It was at least nice to see Emian get a major role.
Maybe Seventh Lair was all a dream. That was the first thing I hoped for when I woke up. But that was an empty hope. He was dead, sure enough. In front of his computer with a knife in his wrist. They said he was found in a pool of blood. It must have been a ton of blood. Must have hurt, too. What the hell did he do to himself? That stupid jackass. All I could think of was what if he had given me his phone number? Or if when our text chat suddenly stopped, I found out where he lived. Maybe this all wouldn't have happened. I could have stopped him. I couldn't stop thinking about it. My problem was to him of all people. I didn't want to expose my true self. That's why I never tried to speak face to face. But if I had overcome these issues and taken those steps, he may be alive today. Ah, damn it. What's done can never be undone, but the regrets kept surfacing over and over. When I let my mind wander, I fell into an endless loop of what-ifs. No matter how final our goodbyes in Fairy House, there was too much inside me left in limbo. There are others that had died. 3 others had died. It wasn't only Michel, the Dutch decapitator. As for him, when I searched for the Dutch decapitator online, a whole slew of information came up. Privacy on the internet, am I right? He was famous on some underground sites, so once a serial killer like him went down, I guess it was only natural there would be this much info. He was found dead in an Amsterdam apartment with a woman. Well, more accurately, the woman had died from severe lacerations to the neck, and the man, the Dutch decapitator, had died of heart failure. Of course, we all knew his cause of death. But I mean, he died when he became a sacrifice to fight the Demon Lord. Who in hell would believe that? Alternatively, his soul was taken by a retainer of God. Both of those were infeasible as explanations in reality. I didn't want to seem like I was crazy in some fantasy world, so I didn't talk about it. Oh, right, so Seventh Lair is gone from the forum log. You can't download it anymore. I wonder if you two noticed.
Oh, right, so 7th Lair is gone for the forum log. You can't download it anymore. I wonder if you two noticed.
Nellie and I both nodded to Jacopo's question. Seventh Lair was gone. Without a trace at that. There was no trace it was ever downloaded either. Its disappearance was so clean it was hard to believe it ever existed in the first place. All that was left was the odd text on the forum. I wanted to believe that it was all just a terrible dream. But the coffin I occasionally looked up to see immediately told me it was real. An illusory reality. It sounded like an oxymoron, but that's all I could call it. Yeah, just thinking about it boggles the mind. I sighed heavily, but then I gave an intentionally cynical smile. But what disappeared wasn't just Seventh Lair.
And what does that mean?
The masterpiece that he also made disappeared completely. The video recorded suicide and was also never found on his computer.
Ah, thanks, Morgana.
I guess the fairy did her work. Nellie, who had been looking down this whole time, finally lifted her head and looked directly at us. The resolve in her eyes didn't match the timid girl we first met.
It's something that couldn't be left. It's something that Michel really regretted. It would have pained him to see it still there.
In the same way you couldn't delete something you released to the world, you couldn't take back something you had done. So under normal stances, what Michel did would have been denounced by everyone. But that not being the case was likely a small salvation for Michel, who had descended into hell. I didn't want to think that hardliner fairy could have such mercy, but that was probably the case. After the ceremony, the attendees heard the final prayer and dispersed. Seeing some of them cry made me happy there was still loved him. I then bit my lip, swearing to myself that I wasn't going to give him the honor of crying for him. After the attendees had all left, we stood before his grave. We then offered him 3 lilies.
So what are you two gonna do now?
What do you mean? Oh, so what are you two going to do now?
What do you mean? We gotta go for tea somewhere?
No, not like that. I mean in the broader sense, in the coming days. Oh, that was Jacopo.
No, not like that. I meant in the broader sense, in the coming days.
I laughed subtly at Jacopo's question. I looked over to Nellie and had her answer first.
I'm changing schools and I want to get a totally fresh start. I might not be able to make any friends my age, but when I start, I can turn to you two, right? So I won't be afraid when I go.
Jacopo's face then softened to a kind and understanding smile. Jeez. So this guy was capable of making a face like that the whole time?
But what about you, GB?
Nellie, still using Jacopo's screen name, looked up at him. Jacopo slightly averted his eyes before mumbling an answer.
I don't care what it is. I'll look for a job somewhere. That has to come first.
Don't lose hope along the way. The only thing that you need to lose is that attitude.
Well, thanks for that.
And then, 2 of them looked over at me. So my plans, huh? Obviously I had an answer. First, I thought I'd jest a little. I think I'll try and aim to be the next Dante.
Ha! What are you on about?
Well, think of it like this. The fairy, you know, she said all this about Dante and whatever. We were lucky enough to experience that world. So maybe I'll spread the word like he did.
Make anyone believe it in this day and age? Besides, what we experienced was a game world. You'd be labeled a lunatic and that'll be the end.
You can say that again. Jacopo crossed his arms and looked at me with eyes saying he knew I wasn't being serious. Nellie had her own big bright eyes focused on me too. If you look at me that cutely, I might have to eat you up, I mumbled to myself internally. I smirked, and then told them what I was really thinking. I'm gonna make a game, because that's the only thing I can do. I'm gonna quit NBC Corporation too.
What? That's a massive company with a stable future. Don't you think that's a waste?
Future and me don't exactly get along well. I laughed out loud, and Jacopo gave me a slightly disapproving glare.
What kind of game are you gonna make?
What kind of game are you gonna make? Something about your body?
Nellie asked timidly. At her age, she had never come across someone like me before. Seemed like she was confused about how to ask about it. No, if I create something about that so literally, it won't be well received. To this story, I have to think of imagery and characters that everyone can latch onto, and then slipping your own messages in between. But, yeah. Spring wind blew by, as if stripping us of our emotional pain. Or maybe it was pushing us to pursue our dreams. I want to try and make it. I'll cast it into the wind and see whether it'll sell or not. Naturally, the title will be... Ah, God damn it! What he said. Naturally, the title will be 7th Lair. At the end. Oh my god. OBS had a little hiccup at the end there. Fucking hell. It had to be right at the exact end. Let's see the short story. No name application. My birthday's on May 5th, said Giselle with a smile a week before the day.
Oh, was that it?
Was that it? You can give me a little better reaction than that.
God damn it. Fucking OBS had to jitter at that exact moment. Are you fucking serious? I think it did the same thing to the Fata Morgana prequel too.
I mean, it's just a birthday, right?
Well, I know that.
I was trying to come off like I didn't care, but my heart actually started racing when she said the word birthday. My finger, which had been sliding around on my smartphone screen, froze in place, but I don't think she noticed. I was confident in my poker face. So long as I wasn't plugged into a lie detector, I was fine.
I'm planning on having a party at home. Will you come too?
Yeah, sure, I'll go. I had no reason to refuse, and if I could see her at all dressed up, then I was more than happy for the chance. But jumping out of my seat would have been corny, so I played it off like I could go either way. Although I knew that trying to act Kunloof wasn't going to score me any points.
I'd like 100 roses as a birthday present.
You're trying to bankrupt a broke college student?
I'm joking, I'm joking.
Giselle laughed. I could already see myself turning into the kind of guy that would actually buy 100 roses. Like maybe as a surprise for next year's party. But I didn't really want to be that kind of guy. Anyone could buy roses as long as they had the cash.
Just you coming will make me happy. But dress up for the occasion.
I laughed as I cringed. I couldn't wait to see her in a dress, but thinking of me all dapper almost made me puke. So even if I had to let her down, I was going in jeans. Sorry, but that's the kind of guy I was. Hey, Imian. I was in my 3rd year of college at the time. Giselle was approaching her 17th birthday and still in high school. We're some years apart, but good friends.
Oh, no, wait. Oh, okay. This is Imian. I was in my 3rd year of college at the time. Giselle was approaching her 17th birthday and still in high school. We're some years apart, but still good friends. It actually meant a party at a mutual friend's house. Back then, Giselle was still in junior high and still full of youthful naivete. I didn't think much of her at first. Only she was a cute kid, nothing more. I didn't see her as a potential partner or anything like that. She was there with her parents, no less, so maybe that made her look even more like a child. When she was about to enter high school, her parents told me to teach her all I can, since she was nervous. I can still see Giselle huddling into a ball of embarrassment next to them. Pretty sure I knew how she felt, though. In junior high, I'm over at the end of it. It's time to figure things out and have an identity. So it's embarrassing to have your parents do things on your behalf. If it was me, I wouldn't have got dead out with my parents like that. From then on, she was the neighborhood girl I knew. Slowly we shortened the distance between us and we're now close friends. The name she called me Emian wasn't my real name. It was a screen name I used online, that is. A nickname. One that I wanted to use for me when it was just the two of us. Had we originally met online, going by our screen names would have felt only natural. But that wasn't the case for Giselle. It didn't sit right with her, I think. Like, why would I want her to call me such a different name from my real one? If she ever wanted an explanation, I would have told her I don't mind her using my real name. It would have been a chore explaining the reason. And I doubt she would have understood anyway. Felt more comfortable having her call me that, and for her, yeah, it was most likely unnatural in terms of normal human interaction. But she went along with it more easily than I anticipated. She said she would, if it was what I wanted, and she never really asked the reason. In fact, she even told me it was a nice name. In that moment, my perception went from cute kid to cute girl. She then entered high school, grew her hair out, and before I knew it, I was taken with the beautiful woman she was becoming. Same time, I was worried some worm would latch onto her and found myself assailed by jealousy when I saw any boys near her.
On the day of the party, I rang the doorbell, and the birthday girl herself came and met me.
Hey there, what's the matter? You look terrible.
She screamed the moment she saw me. I was wondering what that was all about, but then gathered it was the dark bags under my eyes.
Emian chose on Erasmus. What is Erasmus? But still no in-game sprite? God damn. They really don't want him to have a sprite. Jesus Christ.
Wondering what that was all about, but then gathered it was the dark bags under my eyes. My face probably looked like a zombie's. I didn't want it to worry about me. So I laughed it off with a joke. With you in my mind, I couldn't sleep for 3 days and nights.
Ooh, don't you lie to me. I know you saved your reports for the last minute, stayed up all night gaming. Sometimes I really can't tell if you're serious about school or not. It was a Japanese exclusive game? Ah, damn.
Giselle, let you in on something. College students are creatures that spawn unfinished reports, and you'll eventually become one too. Giselle's eyes went wide at first, but then she raised an eyebrow in a suggestive smile.
I may not look it, but I'm a studious girl around. I won't turn it out as Miss Know-It-All claims.
It'll be impossible to not see you as studious. Give me a break. I swallowed those words and shrugged jokingly at her. We both chuckled. Certainly was an unpleasant moment for two good friends. She motioned me inside and led me through the living room. Oh, but first...
Oh, right. Can I borrow your phone?
Yeah, sure, but why? Did you forget yours?
Oh, right. Can I borrow your phone? Yeah, sure, but why? Did you forget yours?
I only smiled in response. She seemed tensely alert now, but given that it was only me, she handed me the phone.
Don't go sniffing around in it too much. Oh, wait. God damn it. Has this been Emian the whole fucking time? Oh, my God. Sorry if using the wrong voice. I knew you had a better message from boys here. No, why don't you jerk? She went right in the face and jabbed me in the shoulder. I thought it was Michel at first. God damn it. I thought we were switching to Emian flashback before. God damn it. I cackled, but it was mostly out of relief. She had smiled bashfully, and there was a big picture of her new boyfriend on her home screen. I have turned around and left on the spot. With all my thinking, it's inevitable that she'll get a boyfriend. As a matter of fact, her not having one soon would be more perplexing. The party was full of people I didn't know. Probably all her classmates and such. The only ones who I recognized were her parents, who were nice, of course. I was starting to feel antsy being in the circle of strangers with Giselle at the center.
I wasn't the type to be controlling or jealous. And I obviously wanted the girl I liked to be free to enjoy herself. These emotions still happen. Not even an all-knowing prophet could predict just what kind of emotions humans would encounter. Of course, I was hiding the fact that I was feeling this way. I too had a wide variety of acquaintances. Hence, it wasn't right for me to desire that someone else be all alone. That was nothing more than childish jealousy. But was that it? Childish jealousy? The fact that I was phrasing it that way maybe meant there was desperation more than anything. My desires couldn't be heard. I could never reach her. While we were together wasn't possible. Couldn't even disguise these feelings as jealousy. Not good form. Really not good. I hated dwelling, moping around with no end. This was her birthday party, for crying out loud. Time to celebrate. Right, I even prepared something special for this. Giselle, happy birthday! Oh, the one who said that wasn't me. It was a boy from her class, and he gave her a bouquet of flowers. Wow, a kid as young as high school giving flowers to a girl. There really were chumps who thought they were hotshots at this age. Well, it's not like it was 100 roses or anything. Giselle accepted them with glee. I felt like I witnessed an atrocity. But you know, Giselle, the gift I got you was unique, only one in the world. Not some flowers you can get on any street corner. That's just the reason I hadn't slept. I think the finished product came out good. I knew she would like it. I pulled her phone from my computer, and after the file transfer had finished, started toward her. She turned around, returned her phone, and wished her a happy birthday. In her phone, there was now an application she had never seen. Oh, was it the farming game? There was no name for it, so I aptly labeled it No Name. I wonder when she would notice it. I wonder when she would play it. It's a game that I had made specifically for her. Thinking of her fingertips as they graced along screen made my heart sing. I want her to be the one to name it. I'll be happy with whatever she chose. So she even came up with that name, Farmy Farm. Jeez. Side story. It was 2 weeks for her birthday. We're both lazily farming, grinding items and levels in an online game. I was the tank and he was the DP. Oh, god damn it. Wait, fucking. Oh, God, the perspective is really confusing me. I'm assuming this is Michel.
It was 2 weeks before her birthday.
So wait, was it Michel in the beginning as well? Fucking hell. Ah, God. I hate it when they don't say the fucking names.
We were both lazily item farming and grinding levels in an online game.
Oh, no, wait, no, fuck. Yes.
I was the tank and he was DPSing the mate that he had respect like 3 times for. We were whispering to each other and talking about nothing in particular.
So, yeah, how are things lately?
I want to quit my job.
No. Oh, it's okay. No, it is Imi in perspective. Fuck me. Oh, that's right, he got a job recently. I knew he had gotten into game development like he dreamed of, but maybe it wasn't going so hot. I had a feeling it would be like that. Hate your job. Quit. Love your boss on the way out too. Had some humor to his obviously dark mood, and after a few seconds he posted a link. Wondering what it was, I opened it and saw it was an online knife shop.
Which one do you think is good?
Which do I think is good? Get out of here with that. At least keep it to a punch, you nut job. They'll come interview me after you knife up the place, and I hate the idea of doing one. Relax, man. Sorry, maybe I'll let you go.
I'm only joking.
Sometimes I really couldn't tell if he was joking or... Okay, no more talking about work. Anything else, like... Giselle's face appeared in my mind. Was he someone I could bring up the subject with? Honestly, I have no one to talk about it with real life. I knew it didn't fit our friendship dynamic. I wanted to ask. Like a girlfriend or something? There was another lengthy pause. I noticed his character had stopped moving too.
You backstabber.
Wait, what?
I thought you of all people wouldn't be swayed by females. Now your mind is in the gutter. Piss off, lover boy.
He fired it off and logged on out without waiting for a reply. Jeez, Michel. I stared at the screen, my mouth half open. A few days later, an apology message came over Skype. He apologized for his childish
God, Mia. Coco, being so silly.
apologized for his childish behavior, and it seemed genuine. So I replied that it didn't really bother me. Apparently, one of the older guys that he hated his company had a new girlfriend, and he was extra bitter right now. I was sure his work was hard enough as it was, and he wasn't having any luck at all. So I chalked it up to circumstance. There was one promise I made to myself. I would never ever bring up relationships with him again.
Oh, that was it. Okay.
Huh. It was 2 little short stories.
Well,
That is the end of 7th Lair. I know very few people wanted this game. I just was really interested in what was happening next with Fata Morgana, considering that was one of my founding series. But yeah, next, what's gonna happen? Because Limbus is gonna have a brand new freaking Arknights crossover in a week from today, I think. So that'll be then. But there's still one stream unaccounted for, and what I'm gonna do with that, it's probably just gonna be 3 Cold Steels in a row. Because it's literally just one day, so it'll be 3 Cold Steels in a row. Just, I rarely ever do this, but it's literally a 1-day skip, because a week from now will be the Olympus Arknights crossover. But when that's over, because I know these type of events are short, it will be finally Witch on the Holy Night. So yep, I'm super excited for that. I've always had like a past interest in Nasu's works, and that seems like a really good place to start. So yeah, after the Olympus event, it'll be Witch in the Holy Night. And on Monday, it'll be an extra Cold Steel. So, I mean Sunday, I should say. So, until next time, I will say, so long, farewell. Auf Wiedersehen, good night. You're all the sweetest of hearts.